Okay, this is just a quick follow-up on our session that we had last Monday and the content that we weren't able to get through, and this consists of a brief section on logical fallacies. This is where in our reasoning, in our deductive reasoning, we come across invalid logic that is based on a premise that is simply invalid for one reason or another. And here are a few examples, some more comedic and silly than others. Do feel free, though, to pause between each of them and see if you can come up with why they may or may not be logically valid. So the first one, any of you that have been to the gym and done any resistance exercise may have come across this one. The example being, dumbbell curls are clearly the best bicep exercise because this guy does them and look at him. You may have heard similar things. You should do this particular exercise because that person does them and it's clearly got optimal results for them. Why is this statement of assumed fact, potentially logically invalid? Feel free to pause here and have a bit of a think about it. This is a statement that is based on no evidence other than pure subjectivity. This type of fallacy doesn't even really have a name, it's so logically unsound. It's based on pure subjectivity, so it is not an objective statement of fact. Also, I would assume those dumbbells aren't as heavy as they look to be there. Anyway, moving on. Here's another one that we may have come across. Vitamin C supplementation will boost your immune system and is maybe a good thing to take when you have a cold because of this. Could this be logically valid or invalid? Have a think and consider why this may not be so. Well, this forms into a type of fallacy known as a syllogistic fallacy, wherein it is based on a smattering of research, but not enough to provide any conclusive argument. And boosting your immune system is far too vague a statement. We would want to know what exactly is going on. Is it increasing the number of T cells? Are we increasing antibody production? And we will know, or should know, as budding scientists, that the only thing, literally the only thing that can boost your immune system is a vaccination. Here's another one you may well have come across. Herbal remedies are superior to more traditional medicine than... sorry, I've started waffling off now. Because they are more natural and therefore better for you, and that will yield superior results. You may have come across this. Can you think why this might be a fallacy? Well, this is an appeal to nature fallacy. This is where someone is saying, well, because this comes from a natural environment, it is therefore better than this chemical that was created in a lab, which is going to be harmful. So therein you will see that everything's made up of chemicals at the end of the day. We shouldn't have chemicals. Everything you eat is chemicals. It's simply not a logical answer. And the reason we have to be careful of the information that's presented to us, not only in the academic world, but in every walk of our life, is, as we discussed during our lecture, to solve what we call the demarcation problem. And that is how we separate science on the left there from pseudoscience on the right, represented by Uri Geller, or in the middle, I suppose I should say, and his bendy spoons. There we are. I've attached underneath here a brief video of a chap called James Randi, who has sort of made it his life's work to go around debunking pseudoscientific claims. He I believe still has an offer out there for anyone. He offers $1 million. It's never been claimed by anyone who can prove that their that their claim, the one that is inherently unscientific, is true. And if they do, they get the money. And he takes it around to various different places. So this is for you if you prove it to be true. And I'll link in a rather grainy but still rather amusing video underneath here.